The content presented is for entertainment purposes only. Some content may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Huh?
There it is.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
It's like,
Oh, don't sit on the dog.
he did tell him, I'm going to
Starlight,
sit
move
there. Nope, there goes his mic.
Yeah, they don't listen very well, do they?
You can't sit on my babies. They're my babies.
It's okay. Hey, puppies.
So, long time no talk.
I know. It just only seemed like moments ago we were having this in-depth conversation about life,
That was unexpected.
the universe, and everything.
You are being so weird. Oops, that's me.
We're going live, peoples.
That was your video from earlier.
Oh, is that what that was?
Podcast advertisement on a podcast.
Podcast
And this
advertising
podcast is brought to you
during
by-
the podcast.
Your mother.
You
Well,
need
that's
to
not where I was
you need that
going with
microphone closer to your face, babe. Can't even hear you.
Yes, you can.
No, we can't. Well, we can now because you. Anyway.
So, Brittney Spears.
So Brittney Spears.
It's Brittney, bitch.
Dun, dun, dun. I can't even do it right now.
So did you know that Brittney Spears has a middle name?
What?
Lynn.
Nope, that's her sister. Silly.
That's Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yeah, it's Jamie Lynn Spears.
Okay, you want to know what's
what?
mind blowing to me is like if they
I didn't
hate.
even know she had a sister.
Yeah, she had her own TV show. On Nickelodeon once.
Yep.
Zoe 101.
Oh, what?
I can't believe that you remember that.
Oh, I watched
That
I
was
watched the
like-
hell out of that show when I was a kid.
Also, somebody had a crush on Miss Jamie Lynn, eh?
You know what's mind blowing to me? So if they hate Brittany's dad so much, yet they named her sister after their dad.
Well,
he probably named her.
Yeah.
well, they probably.
It's not like anybody else probably really had any choice in that matter.
I mean, and who knows when they actually had their family fallout? I mean, it could have been many years later. I mean, or during this time when Brittany had her quote unquote breakdown.
I'm just saying though, he kind of seems like a control freak.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Well,
So her middle
saying.
name is Jean. Brittney Jean Spears.
Jean? That's my mother's middle name.
Born December 2nd, 1981.
that's the name of
So
my
we're
pants.
She's younger than me?
Yeah, she's a little bit younger than you.
Shut up.
We're the same age right now. She's going to be turning 40.
Brittany Spears?
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, she's turning 40 December 2nd. Isn't that crazy?
Well, when did she blow up? How old was she when she blew up?
She
young.
was 16. Her first album came out when she was 16.
Ah.
They
and
recorded it when she
that's
was
not-
15.
That's not super rare. Like a lot of artists do that. I mean, Justin Bieber got famous when he was like 13, 14. Taylor Swift blew
YouTube.
up. Taylor Swift blew up when she was about 16, 17. Haley Williams from Paramore, like Paramore the band, blew
Okay,
up when they
that's
were in
okay.
high school.
Was such a
So-
great band before their guitarist left.
Yeah. Haley Williams is talented. I will give her that. She's got a very talented voice.
Yes, she really does. One of my top favorite bands up to what? Butterfly? No. Anyway.
The Butterfly album, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I
Anyways.
think up to that album I really
So
enjoyed.
she blew up when she was 16. That's not or that. isn't
Joan
super
Jett was about
uncommon.
that age.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Joan Jett and the Heartbreakers? No.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Joan and the Jets. No, I'm just
I don't know. It's been a while.
Okay,
so
can I do a side note real quick?
Bomb.
yes.
I sent this to... So, one of my coworkers has COVID.
Oh no.
Oh, that sucks.
And today, we're like, we hope you're feeling better. He's like, well, I just sneezed and pulled a muscle in my neck. So
Whoa. Whoa.
he's like, is this what it feels like to get old? And I was like, yes. And then I sent this meme. Says the real Russian roulette is when you're an adult and you sneeze, not knowing whether you're gonna throw your back out or pee your pants.
No, that's or pull a muscle. Like I've literally pulled a muscle sneezing.
You guys,
my
you guys
gosh.
are not hyping up the whole old thing.
I know.
Because it sucks. Like, seriously, I love the
Wake
wisdom.
up with hip pain, like my right hip.
No.
When I wake up, man.
If I had my brain, I actually was talking about this with somebody earlier today. If I had my brain and the wisdom of my age, but like my 18-year-old body, man, I would be amazing. I would be unstoppable. But now, no, I have all this wisdom and a body that is like, whatever, you know.
I don't want to function properly. I don't even want to wake up. I want to stay in bed.
It's like, what, you think you can just get up at the crack of dawn after going to bed at 4? Are you crazy? That's what my body says to me.
Yeah.
You just don't recoup like you used to. Boomer, stop it.
So she was, so 1990s is when she started. I didn't realize. 1997, her first album came out with Hit Me Baby One More Time. Isn't that crazy?
I remember when that came out.
Mind blowing.
Honestly, I think I
remember,
actually had that album.
Yeah.
I'm almost sure I had that album because for some reason I started getting into pop music around that time.
for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't because she was cute. I mean, come on.
Can I just say, like, I was a teeny bopper. I'm only a year older than her.
I know.
And I was like, dude, this is too poppy. This is too, like, I think I just had old style music.
Wow.
Like, I had an old soul for music even back then. Because I didn't even own any Britney Spears albums. Never. Ever.
Over 100 million records worldwide. 70 million like solely in the United States. That's
Man.
impressive. So before she hit her peak, she was worth over $60 million. When she hit her peak, she was worth over $130 million.
Which is crazy to me because like when I was watching the documentary, we're talking about Britney versus Spears, by the way.
Yeah. Good documentary.
On Netflix.
Recommended.
Yeah. So when I was watching the documentary, like you go through when they're like showing all the concerts and how much like that concert is making, and it's like, holy shit, that is a lot of money.
Damn, girl.
Like $210 million for a show in Vegas. One show in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then like double that for like Chicago, Indianapolis, or anywhere else, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm sure she's made over like I'm sure she's grossed over $1 billion over her lifetime, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure. That's just nuts.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else can we talk about?
Well, we can just talk about like the conservatorship if you wanted to get into that whole deal.
Yeah, that is
It's
true.
legalized slavery, but I do remember hearing that he did get removed off of her conservatorship as an executive.
Well, we could have saved that for the end, but that is the good news out of the whole Britney Spears debacle. She did, but the only thing is that the
you wanted to save that for the end.
Well, that's okay. The conservatorship actually was not released from her. It actually changed from her father to the state. Like, so she has like legal representation as her conservatorship instead of her father. So it hasn't been released yet, but at least it was out from under her father, which he literally controlled her life. I think it was for about 13 years.
Yeah.
But from the documentary of what it said, the difference with the conservatorship is basically that the person that legally has that not only gets basically gets to be that person. In other words, he can sign for them like a lot like a guardian, but like way more like controlling. Which is nuts.
I think just from what I was watching when I was watching it, it just sounded like. Preface this: I did not understand the movie that well because I don't understand law and that.
Well,
language.
I don't either.
Anyways,
we should probably preface this: we are not lawyers. We do not give legal advice. We only share our thoughts and opinions.
But when I was watching it, a lot of it just kind of sounded like her choices were just taken away from her, essentially.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and granted, like she kind of publicly did kind of have like publicly a bunch of breakdowns.
Uh-huh.
Well, considering.
But sorry, did you want to share something?
Nope. I'm fine.
I just want to make sure I don't interrupt you if you want to say something.
No, it's okay. I didn't raise my hand, so it's okay.
Well, welcome to the classroom, everybody.
You had no way of knowing that I was interested in saying something, so that's not bad.
Well, here's the thing: is that like psychologically, I think people go through some very intriguing changes when they go from, playing in front of, a couple hundred people to like selling out like stadiums and arenas. And especially when the public are very interested in you and your life and what you're doing and how you look and what you're wearing and, did you go number 2 or number 1? Like people for some reason are very interested in that stuff. What was difficult was that she was followed constantly by the paparazzi, like constantly. And I think if 15, 20 or 30 photographers were following me and like my family and like taking pictures and like trying to get your attention, and I don't know, like I think that would be very difficult to go through like on a daily basis.
It's not normal.
I wouldn't
it's not
want
normal.
that at all I wouldn't want that for myself. I wouldn't want that for my partner or my family. No. But
yeah, and so that's, I mean, honestly, I think that there's times when people, they get so popular and so, followed by all these people, they get to the point where it's just too much.
Well, it's
I
not
think,
like we're mentally.
I think Kurt
designed
Cobain
for
went
that.
with that. I mean, not only his pain issues, but also like he felt very indifferent about being so popular.
uh-huh.
And so he medicated that to get away from it.
Well, even Joe Rogan has said he can't think about the influence he has. Like he can't think about it because if he does, it's too much pressure and it wigs him out. We're not emotionally or mentally designed or
Prepared
to have that much attention. And like, do you see what I'm saying? Good or bad? I don't think like our brains know how to compute that.
And he's the number 1 podcast in the world. His podcasts get viewed tens of millions of times. Like on individual podcasts, like when they come out.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. Tens of millions.
Your bind.
I can't talk today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe
Welcome to my life. That's me every
maybe
day.
I need to be drunk. I don't know. I'm actually very sober right now.
I really want some wine. Just kidding.
We do have some nice wine, but
Don't be such a whiner.
you darn wino. Get out of here. Don't cry. I don't know, sweetie. What were your thoughts on that documentary?
It's interesting because I don't always know. Like, she was up for, like, the conservatorship was up for renewal. And, like, Brittney testified and all this sort of stuff. And it was still kept in place. So I'm kind of wondering, like, what is the side we're not hearing? Right? Like, what is or is not being shared? It just seemed kind of like she's not crazy. Okay. But does that mean the judge was paid off? Like, does that mean it's just so huge that the entire justice system surrounding her conservatorship is corrupt and making sure she's basically a slave to all these parasitic, privileged people? Or is she really kind of unhinged and does need some help because of legit being in the limelight for so long with so much, you know what I mean, that she did actually kind of go cuckoo? I don't know.
Or maybe the pressure broke her.
But all I have to say is, if she's that cuckoo, why is she still working? Or how is she still functioning enough to work?
That's a very good point. And that kind of...
That's okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that is one thing that I noticed in the documentary that they talked about a lot, is her work ethic. Like,
she's a hard worker.
Yeah, like, and you see that. You can tell, like, when she's talking, when she's testifying for herself. You can see it when, like, she's talking about, you know, how she's running her own business essentially, and, like, basically choreographing her own shows and, like, doing her own music videos and all that. Like, that girl works hard.
Yeah.
So I mean,
all those dance moves, like remembering those and like doing those at every show,
and having to teach them to an entire team.
Yeah, she actually does her own. She did her own choreography.
Yeah.
Like, and taught her dancers and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, according to, you know, what she said. But
yeah, she's got a great work ethic. So
yeah, she's a very hard worker. I think what was really interesting and like kind of had me questioning things is that when they said that the reason that they were able to get the conservatorship was by a doctor basically, you know, signing, saying that yes, she is unable to make decisions and financial decisions for herself, so therefore somebody else has to do it for her. I'm just curious, like, what that conversation was when they did their evaluation of her, number one, and number two, how come there wasn't a second opinion?
Maybe there was, though.
Because if it was like my loved one, like let's say my wife became the next Adele.
Yeah, you know it.
She became the next Adele. And all of a sudden, like her mind deteriorated and she had like dementia or whatever. Like, or maybe she had a nervous breakdown or whatever, shaved her head, all that fun stuff that Brittney did. Yeah, I would take her to a doctor and be like, okay, hey, what's going on here? I'm not really sure what's happening. But I would also, you know, get a second opinion and also make sure that I'm talking to the right person. You know, like a psychologist, neuro.
Yeah, I did find that part in the documentary very sketchy, where they brought on that one doctor, and the interviewer was like, "Oh yeah, we're talking about like your treatment with Brittney," and he was just like, "Oh no, and he's like
totally, I'm not going to attest to that. I'm not going to say I signed something."
Yeah,
and I was like,
he just like totally blew it off, and then you're just like,
interesting.
"What are you doing here then? Like what?" I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think honestly, and especially if you're a journalist or you're a filmmaker, a documentary person, like you're always up front with people and saying, hey, we're doing this documentary on Brittney and the situation with her father and the conservatorship. We would like you to come on.
Why say that in the interview? Like,
yeah. So I bet they said, hey, we want you to come on and talk about you signing, saying that Brittney was unable to make decisions for herself and her finances. And this is me putting on my little tinfoil hat on. I am curious if he was paid to get that document signed so that he could get that conservatorship put on her. I mean, this is allegedly. I'm not saying he did or did not. I'm just saying that is a strong possibility.
Yeah, maybe. That is one theory.
One of many, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Maybe that's exactly how it went down. Maybe that's not how it went down at all. But
What?
What?
Why did you tap?
What you looking up, babe? I swear to high heaven, you better not be on TikTok while we're doing the podcast.
I'm not on TikTok.
She wouldn't be on. She's not on TikTok.
If I was on TikTok, I'd be over here giggling.
Oh, that's true.
And we'd be able to hear it. So.
And she has the most cutest, like belly laugh ever. Oh my goodness.
Is that it?
Like when I lay in
It is
bed,
almost like that, but
when I lay
much
in
more
bed.
boisterous. And I'm just like shaking my head in bed while she's giggling. Anyway.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
Maybe
It's
I'm just
bad
tired.
though.
I don't know.
It's bad. I shouldn't
tired.
watch TikTok in bed.
Maybe this diet's like making my head foggy.
No,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
the diet. The diet wouldn't be making your head foggy. Maybe you're just tired because you didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah, I did not sleep very well
I
at
know.
all last night. I swear I woke up at least 6 times that I remember.
Drove me insane.
And I had a dream, and I was going to tell you it, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, back to Brittney.
It's Brittney, bitch. Sorry. I felt a little crazy.
Oops, I did again.
I will say I don't really care
Became
for. I never really cared for her music. I never really got into that, but like seeing her work ethic and like from hearing interviews of other people who have interacted with her, she sounds like a very sweet and down to earth person. So,
Have you seen her interviews?
I haven't really watched any of her interviews.
Yeah,
no.
like they're from a small town out east. I can't remember where they're from, but she's like literally like a East Southern girl, like that whole like, you know, move out west to California and make it big kind of a deal. She kind of did that.
Whoa,
Sorry.
What was that?
that was literally Rianne's phone.
That was my boss's
She's holding-
response to my previous text about like sneezing and back going out and peeing.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Anyway.
hilarious.
Anyways,
No, but yeah, she seems like a very sweet, very real, very interesting person.
yeah, I would agree.
I mean, could you imagine
I
being
mean-
worth that amount of money at the age of 16?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, did she?
seriously.
Okay, did she blow up that fast though? Like, did she?
Oh, yeah.
Earn that much
Oh,
money
yeah.
right
Yeah,
then?
her first year, I think she was worth 30, and I think by the time her second album came out, she was worth over 60 million.
Holy shit!
And then at her
That's
height,
what I'm saying.
with like the Toxic single, I think she was over 130 million. And she's gone down over the years, just, you know.
Well, because her audience has...
Well, it's been
Grown
long
up.
periods of time in between, like her albums and stuff, because of all this stuff that's been going on. Like, I'm trying right now to think, like, how I would feel if I was in the same situation. Like all this stuff is happening. Like, I'm way bigger than life. Everybody's following me, taking pictures of me, trying to get an autograph. Like, I could just imagine, because
At the age of
I'm
16.
I'm very reserved and I'm very quiet unless I get to know you, and then I open up, and sometimes I open up too much.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I would feel a little bit alienated in a way,
Yeah.
just because it's like you're viewed as this thing that's like larger than life, when at the end of the day you're just a person
Yeah.
trying to do your thing, and like you have your occupation, which just happens to make you a fat load of bread, which great.
Load of bread. Why is that funny?
'Cause
Boomer's not getting the Generation Z terms. That's funny.
fat load of bread.
Fat load of bread. That's sus, bro. That's sus.
You know, has...
No, but anyways, what I'm saying is,
Sorry.
Like, you're viewed as this thing that's like literally out of this world.
Like you're not
Like-
human at some point.
Or yeah,
Like you're so big and so well known, you're not human at some point.
that's why I appreciate the celebrities like Brittney and others that kind of offer that decent human being wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Joe Rogan does pretty well.
I would say, yeah, Joe Rogan, Britney Spears, Jason Momoa for sure.
Jason Momoa.
Just because he shows his life outside of acting, and it's like he likes to drink craft beers. He likes to drink.
He likes to throw axes.
He likes to throw axes. He has a climbing wall at his own house.
He should not be doing those two together, though.
He says he's a
that'd be
much
so
better
much
shot.
fun.
Of course,
His
because
better shot when he's drinking.
He's a
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
He came out with he was on Ellen a little. No, I don't remember what he was on. He was on some show. They like gave him this big thing of Guinness, and then they handed him some axes, and they were like, "Go for it." Yeah, it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a much better shot while I'm drinking one." So
that's scary. I still
That
wouldn't do
is
it.
incredible. That
and I'm
really
like,
is incredible.
man, I wish I had that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Voice crack. Sorry, I guess I'm going through adult puberty.
You're having a midlife crisis before your midlife crisis.
He's having a midlife crisis.
He's a
I'm having-
midlife crisis.
Which would be a quarter life crisis.
quarter
That does exist.
I like
half-life
mid.
crisis. I don't know.
I'm having a quarter life crisis
Who
deciding
knows?
my major.
Well, as the night has gone on, I have gradually sunk deeper and deeper into this
I have
couch.
noticed you've had to pull that microphone closer and closer to your face,
Well, it's because somebody
so that
keeps
way you
yelling
can
at me.
actually hear you. Yes, I can hear you, my love.
Is that creepy?
No, your voice, I don't think it could ever be creepy. It's too cute and adorable.
It could be powerful though.
Oh, definitely powerful,
Okay.
but mostly cute and adorable. I think the person that's projecting the voice is very powerful, but your voice is just cute.
He's so cute. No, you know who's cute is my mom. Her voice is cute. And I love it when I talk about my mom because then I start going.
Have you ever been
Leanne.
attracted, or have you ever been attracted just to the sound of somebody's voice?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes.
No,
Liar.
Really? No, come on.
I have never. I have. Not that I can think of. I mean, I may like later on be like, oh yeah, there was that one girl, but not that I know of. I don't think I've ever recall meeting someone and being like, damn, that's a sexy voice. I don't think I've ever.
I
thought
remember
that.
like hearing the voice, and then when I met the person, like when I met him in person, I was like, oh, that was not what I had expected.
I'm very attracted to the sound of Paige's voice.
Oh.
See, Jacob, you are attracted to somebody. You're attracted to my voice.
Honestly, I didn't realize I was attracted to your voice until after you started talking on the podcast.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I am not kidding you at all. I didn't realize. I was just like, damn, she's got a good voice. That's exactly what I thought. It's like after our first podcast, I was just like, okay. That's why I was like, you should probably do some like,
Voice
adult
acting.
voice. phone
Wait,
calls.
what? Dude,
You'd
that's a
probably
new
be
side
really good.
hustle.
Probably be pretty good at it.
No, not the phone calls. No. I could read Harlequin romances as audiobooks.
Oh my god.
Harlequin romances?
You know, the girl novels with Fabio on the front and
My
all
God.
that stuff.
50 Shades of Grey kind of
I
shit.
have a good
Yeah.
story about those books though.
Oh,
So one summer,
I really want to read. I really want to listen to an audiobook of like 50 Shades of Grey, narrated by someone like Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh God! And then she bent over the table.
Oh, jeez.
Could you imagine? Oh my God! Gilbert Gottfried.
Well, this podcast has taken an interesting turn.
It really has.
We've gone from Brittney versus Spears to Gilbert Gottfried reading erotic novels. Okay.
No, but speaking of adult books, there was one summer I challenged myself while I was waiting for installs that I was going to read a book before the end of the summer, and I don't remember the name of this book, but there was a lightning bolt and a horse on the front. It was a black stallion. It had a lightning bolt coming from the sky. And I don't remember the name of the book, but it was something thunder, like Rolling Thunder or something silly. But I was just like, I read the back. I'm like, that sounds interesting. The first chapter, let me set the scene for you, is a dude who's talking about his life. And then it cuts to a scene where he's outside of this woman's like window and talking about her and her body, and he's outside doing something to himself while he's watching her. And I was like,
Whoa.
This is not the book for me. I closed it and I threw it away because I'm like, I'm not gonna finish this book.
You ever see You on Netflix?
Yes.
Yes.
Literally like one of the first scenes.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is a good point. I don't know what it is about
That's
books.
not for me, my
I
ass.
feel like well, this was a long time ago. This was like
In a galaxy?
second
Far, far away?
summer. I was still very religious, and I was just like, nope, not gonna watch that. It's only been like 3 or 4 years that I've been, broadening my artful tastes and horizons with film and books and stuff. So
Opening your mind to someone doing that shit,
doing
outside of a
something that I
girl's
shouldn't
window.
be doing outside a girl's window. Yeah.
I don't recommend that.
But anyway, be careful about the books because they don't like label them. They don't like label, oh, this is a romance novel and it's very adult. Like they don't label that stuff, which is really interesting. So any kid could just go, like I think I got it at like a Walgreens or something like that, and it's just like a rack of books. Like it's like I read the back, I'm like, oh, this sounded interesting.
Turns out it's
Yeah. It was a horse on the front with a lightning bolt. I don't even remember the author.
Hello.
Apparently I have the hiccups now. Don't know how that happened. Good day. Good times.
I said good day, sir.
I'm just, as Rianne said, I'm really happy that there was a little bit of closure to the issue at hand with Brittney and her father. And I'm kind of glad that it's out of his hands. And I hope a day real soon they're able to completely remove that so that she can just live her life the way that she wanted. Because the documentary made it feel like the reason that her and Kevin Federline got divorced was because of the conservatorship. Like it got in the way of their relationship, and basically her father was like, he's out of the picture, you're getting divorced. And she's like, well, you have the conservatorship, so I guess we're doing that.
Yeah.
I thought they got divorced before the conservatorship, I thought.
No. Oh, well,
They
you
got
might be
divorced
right.
I
before
don't
the
remember.
conservatorship. It was through custody and crap, though.
Oh, it was custody stuff that some shenanigans were happening.
Mm-hmm.
Where some of her friends and stuff observed weird stuff happening where they would call and be like, you have to bring Brittney home.
Yeah,
that's
weird.
yeah, that's really odd. And here's my other thing too, is that I'm very curious about the lawyers that were involved, because there was a couple, 2-3 times where she actually tried to hire a lawyer to help her navigate it.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the lawyer that was working with the family basically got together and be like, yeah, she's under conservatorship. You can't represent her. And so they had to like basically stop representing her. So it was like, she was literally like trapped in this like, this weird situation. And like, she couldn't get out of it. She tried to get friends to help her, lawyers to help her. She couldn't get out of it. For 13 years.
I will say the very end where like
It's nuts.
have her like testimony being like you can hear the recording of her saying everything. It's like, wow, way to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was very articulate.
Yeah.
Like she wrote it and then read it, but it was very articulate and it was very thought out and it was very methodical.
Yeah, it was a way to like let them know this is where I'm at. I'm pissed. Give me my life back. Like, I don't know. I just love hearing and reading about shit like that. It's very liberating in a way. So,
yeah. Well, it's always inspiring to watch somebody stand up for themselves or stand up for others. In a very constructive and a very real way. Very mature way.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I hate you, brr, you suck. But like, hey.
It's like you're the adults here. You're making the decisions. Make the right decision.
Yeah, let me out of all of this. This is not what I want. And it's just another testament of her, like her mental state, which is sound, which is in good working order as far as I could tell. Like even in her breakdowns though, like they had like compilations on YouTube and I watched a couple just to kind of see. And I was just like, this is just a normal person, like, having everything just kind of piling up on them and then just breaking down. Like it wasn't like a freak out or like, and I know there was some alleging like she damaged some cars and stuff like that from the paparazzi following her. But dude, if I got to the point where there was enough people following me trying to take my picture, I would want to like throw some.
I'd probably get to a point where I'm like, you know what? Enough is enough. Like
I'm going to start carrying a gun 20 feet over there, not any closer.
Yeah. I'd be like, I'm done. Like, no.
I'll be honest. Like growing up, I've always been around guns growing up. Shotguns, rifles, pistols. Like growing up, I got to shoot quite a bit. We didn't ever go hunting, but we did a lot of like target practice and shooting and stuff like that. It was like in Boy Scouts and stuff. I've always respected firearms, but it honestly wasn't until like all of the riots and all the crazy stuff that's been happening, like during the pandemic, that I was actually like, I should probably get at least a pistol.
Yeah. I don't spend a lot of time shooting guns, but I do think it is important that everybody is educated in how to use them. Just because it's like we live in a country where like it's part of the Second Amendment, right to bear arms. And like this country is kind of built off of like fighting, like fighting to
protect your rights and
fighting to protect your rights and fighting to
property
secede. Yeah. So like therefore it is important that we know how to use the tools that got us here in the first place. So
yeah. I have another tangent I could go off of that, but I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up anyway. It's getting close to 45. So
I mean, like I really enjoy pop music because it's something like familiar, so it's not like so jarring that it's like really weird and out there. So there's a familiarity to it, which is awesome. Like the beats and stuff like that, the inflections, the vocals, like all of it's very familiar. And I think that's why a lot of people gravitate towards it. So I mean, objectively, like Brittney Spears and the people that worked with her to write the music, I think they did a phenomenal job. And I think objectively, looking at her numbers and stuff like that. She's a great artist.
Yeah, I would have to back you on that and say that I agree. Like I said, she's got a great work ethic.
Yeah.
Girl works hard. She's a pop artist, and that's her occupation, and she does her occupation very well.
Yeah.
So,
and I think oftentimes we forget people that are within that world of popularity. I think sometimes we forget that they're people too. So like, I've only had a couple of times in my life where I've actually met people that were famous. The first person I actually got to meet, Joe Montana. He was a big football star.
mm-hmm.
And I met him at the Phoenix airport, International Airport, with my buddy, me and Brandon. We went to go pick up my mother from the airport, and we're like, Joe. He was like, Joe. He's like, dude, that's Joe Montana. I'm like, well, dude, go over there and shake his hand. So we went up there, shake his hand. He was a nice guy. Treated him nice. We didn't like get pictures or anything. It was well before like good cell phone videos and pictures and stuff like that. And the other time was I got to meet Robin, the lead singer of the Gin Blossoms, which was really cool. But we didn't talk for very long. Shook his hand. Hey, how you doing? And so, yeah, let me give you a tour of my studio. It's just like, all right, cool. And so like me and my band, we cut a demo there, which was actually pretty crappy. We didn't know what we were doing. And it didn't turn out great, but hey, you know what? We got to record at Uranus Recording Studio in Mesa, Arizona.
Damn.
And we got to meet Robin from the Gin Blossoms, the voice of the Gin Blossoms, and really nice guy. He's just like, hey, let me show you some stuff. And like, hey, these are my guitars. Hey, these are my amps. Hey, cool. He's like, well, if you need anything, just let us know. I was like, cool. Shook his hand, waved goodbye, and
teach us how to record better music.
Yeah, I think we were way too early to try that. At least at that, But we just went there to cut a live demo, and we did, and it was fun. We had a blast. But again, that's like what this life is all about. We're here to learn and to grow. We're try to be better people today than we were yesterday. So, but
that sounds like a good place to wrap it up.
Well, you guys' timing is really
impeccable.
Good. Well, hey, thank you all so much for watching. Again, we are trying to do these live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central, and from our family to yours, good night.